Coach, you're the head coach at Iroquois West, which is in Gilman, and as you referred to it, we're kind of in a lost area of the state of Illinois here, and I understand that you've recently gotten going some sort of union of some coaches of the area. Kind of explain what you're getting done here and what inspired you to do it.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't say it was just me. I'd say it's me, Coach Spooner, and several of the local coaches. I hate to say it, but it's a bad feeling that we're in kind of a lost land in Illinois. I mean, you got Chicago north of us, you got Champaign south, Bloomington to the other side. And this area, anytime you got to go to a clinic, you got to pay money to go, and with expenses and the way things are going, we were looking for a way to bring people in, bring our staffs together, other people together, and not just ourselves, but everybody in the area. You know, I mean, like I said, we're going from PBL to Wilmington, north and south, Indiana border to 55, which includes Pontiac, Prairie Central, Gibson City, Ridgeview, and trying to bring all those guys together. Most of us know each other. We've done different activities against each other in the past, and bring that continuity in the coaching community, which is big to me. The more we can work on that and bring coaches together, because we're all in it for the same purpose, and it's the kids that we're teaching and those lessons, and it's how you can beg, borrow, or steal something from somebody that you're working with to make not only my program better, but their program, and the different keywords and practicing and everything else. Just really inspired because all my best friends are coaches. Well, the more coaches I can meet, the more best friends I get.
Well, you've named it, you've given it a name as the Coaches Roundtable. If you could tell me the one or two specific things that the Coaches Roundtable is going to do.
Coaches Roundtable specifically, right now we're going to host clinics in January, February, March for high school coaches. We are looking at hosting a youth clinic for all the youth coaches in those areas. And then the third thing we're looking at doing is we're going to start a local all-star game to give the seniors an opportunity to go out and play a game one last time, put on the pads, light it up, line it up. But now they're going to play with the guy that they've read about every Saturday morning when they get up. And, you know, and hopefully not only build our coaching community, but let those kids have the opportunity to get to know those kids and cross those community boundaries, which will just help everybody in the area be better.
Coach, what are some of the things, let's say somebody out there has thought about getting some sort of unity like this going in their area, in some town in the country, would like to get the area coaches together and working towards something like this roundtable that you've established. What are some things they could do? What were some of your first steps in getting this done?
The first step is you gotta have at least 2 guys, 3 guys. You know, for me it started with Brian up at Clifton Central, and everybody has that idea. They want that community, but you gotta rub shoulders enough to get. We're so self-centered on being at our school, and we're worried about our record and what we're doing and this or that. And you got to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and say, hey, I'm willing to help out anybody. And once you get 1 or 2 guys, the 2 becomes 4, the 4 becomes 8, and it just explodes. I mean, and really that's where this started at. It started with 2 guys. Well, we start talking. Well, then we talk to somebody else, and now it's 3 guys, then it's 4. And initially when we started, we were just talking about having clinics. You know, hey, instead of paying $70 to go to Rockford for a clinic and taking our whole staff, well, if us 3 staffs can sit down and talk football, let's do it. And it really, 3 years ago, that's what happened. I sat down with Brian, who's somebody we play, and we shared ideas. I've sat down with Hersher, shared ideas, and it kind of started out that way. And then going from there, instead of now having 2 schools, you get 3 schools involved. Now there's 4. Now we're to the point to where, okay, I really know what you're doing, you know what I'm doing. Who else can we bring in here to speak to all of us, instead of having one college coach come down to talk to my school or us go visit a college coach? If you get 4 schools together, you can pretty much call up any small college coach and hey, they'll more than willingly come over and speak to you. And that's really where it's imploded to. We've got enough people now that we can reach out and have that person come to us instead of expenditure-wise, especially with the way things are going. have to go to them. I mean, we still go to them if we can't work it out, but it's helped bring knowledge to the area.
Well, that sounds great. It seems like an absolutely great idea. I was wondering, where would you see this in about 10 years? What would be your hope for it 10 years from now?
I just hope it continues to grow. You know, my fear is 10 years, how many coaches that are in it now are going to be out? I mean, coaching is obviously a turnover profession. A lot of the guys that are in this and around it have been coaching for 15, 16 years. I hope to continue to see it grow, but also not only that it grows outside, that it trickles down. I mean, I'm hoping that it not only gets to the high school, you know, we don't have junior high football, but it gets into the youth leagues. How many of those youth league coaches can we now coexist with and bring it to a larger scale community? Like I said, we're hoping to open it up after we get the base established to anybody and everybody. Obviously, it's 3 times a month, travel and this or that. I just want it to continue. It's something that I don't want to die out. I don't want it to be the next phase. You know, that's the biggest thing. I want it to continue. I mean, it's not something that I want short term. I want a long term deal out of it. And if it stays at 25, 35 people, that's fine with me, as long as the brotherhood's there, and that's the important part. Continuing that brotherhood is where I want to see it in 10, 15 years, because there's going to be turnover, and as change happens, how do we continue that? Because obviously when somebody takes over a program or this or that, there's going to be skepticism and this or that, and breaking down those barriers, I guess, would be the biggest thing I'd want to see in 10 years, making sure that hey, this is a great thing, we need to make sure our program continues to do this. And a lot of that will come from the assistant coaches that have been to them and everything else. Because I know as a new head coach, you hear this or that, but you're very skeptic because you still want things done your way, and fighting to get things done your way is hard when you're trying to break the old routine. Well, I don't want this to be something that is hindered by that process.
Well, Coach, we all appreciate what you're doing for the game of football and just growing it in general versus just looking at your own team. We really appreciate it, and thanks for joining us today.
Hey, not a problem. I appreciate it.